session, did you all enjoy a magnificent lunch? Can anyone tell me how many Weight Watchers points are in a mooncake? Because I've had a few today and I don't know how to record them. So if you do think you know, please come and tell me. How many? Made with love, so no points. Oh, that's what I wanted to hear. Thank you. Our first speaker this afternoon is Alex Cossu. Now, I know Alex is a passionate young man passionate about his community, because I first met him when we were handing out how to votes at the last election, and we had quite a lot of fun. I think we ate sandwiches and fruit and chocolates, and it was all very social. We love this sort of democracy where we all get along, even though we were handing out for opposite teams. He's going to share his thoughts with you on the topic of integration, promoting greater social trust in this diverse faith and cultural Australia. Alex Cossu.
Hello everyone. That was very fun, by the way. It was very good. Delicious sandwiches too. As Elle said, yes, my name's Alex Cossu, and looking at today's speeches, they seem very less formal than mine. I sort of wrote mine like I was in grade 12 all those many years ago, sitting in front of the class doing an oral, but I'm not, so I'm kind of going to improvise a little bit, wing it, as they say nowadays, wing it, and see how we go. But yeah, my name is Alex Cossu, and I'm the third year Bachelor of Creative Arts major and Creative Media student here at USQ. And besides pondering what life is and being arty, and if Peter Swan's here at all, oh dear, to quote him, oh dear. I'm also involved in multiculturalism at USQ, being the coordinator of the USQ Multicultural Multilingual Student Association. This association is present to assist non-English speaking background students of a domestic nature, so basically, or culturally and linguistically diverse students, sorry, I forgot to use cold, that are of domestic nature, so meaning students that are either born here or overseas, have Australian citizenship or permanent residency and come from an NESB family. So how do I fit into that, you say? Buona questione. I was born in Toowoomba all those years ago, but my parents are... Can you guess? Okay. Yes, Italian. Well done. Bonus points to you and bonus points to the other person who yelled out as well. Well done. Thank you. I wouldn't have guessed it myself. Just kidding. Both my parents are Italian, or more specifically Sardinian. Sardinia is an island west of Italy, below the French island of Corsica. Sardinia is the second largest island in the Mediterranean behind Sicily and in front of Cyprus. So my father was born in Sardinia and immigrated over to Australia in the 1960s, and my mother was born in Australia, but her parents are from Sardinia as well. My grandpa immigrated over as part of the assisted package by the Australian government of the current time, which would have been 1950s. My grandmother immigrated over at a later date. Also in faith, both sides of my family are Roman Catholic, a very traditional religion for most Italians, I do believe. So what does that make me? Maybe 1.5 generation Australian, 1/4, I don't know. But either way, I am part of this great country. So giving you all those statements is just a bit of a background, and hopefully I can answer the following statement: that integration promotes greater social trust in this diverse faith in multicultural Australia. I will call upon my own experiences and my history of family and relatives in this country that are so important to me and basically make up who I am. I'll be using Italian culture and integration in Australia as an example, because if you look at history, the integration of Southern Europeans has been fairly successful, obviously, happening over 60 years ago. So to properly understand this statement that I just said, the one that's up on the screen, we must fully understand what integration is and what the difference between integration and assimilation is. A great example I found to explain integration is one of a watch. A watch is made up of many, many parts that are different. When they come together, they fit and cooperate to form a working, functional watch. This is just like integration. Assimilation would be like if each cog was exactly the same size, same amount of teeth, everything identical. If it was all the same, it probably wouldn't fit and wouldn't work either. So basically, integration is the culture of being absorbed into and with the already existing culture and faith, and working together to benefit society as a whole, but still being able to maintain the traditions of the immigrating culture. Assimilation is the loss of culturally and religiously distinguishable features to make those assimilating different to the already existing culture. We wouldn't be able to wear our own clothes, our own culture clothes, practice our particular religions. It's hard to imagine a place like that, at least growing up in Australia for me. I hope that's right, that's my sort of opinion or take on it anyway. Australia is a great place full of diverse cultures and faiths. You look around you right now, how many people and how many different faiths and cultures do you see? It's quite amazing, isn't it? Not just in this room, but Toowoomba overall. You go to places around Toowoomba, such as shopping centre or the parks, and you see such a diverse range of people, all getting along with each other. This is something that I think will never go away. Integration and diversity is here to stay. So what exactly does integration bring? It helps us understand other cultures, faiths and customs, which in turn help us better understand our own. By understanding other cultures, we can then form bonds with those people. By forming bonds with individuals, we then form bonds with a community of people and start to build friendships with these people. Thus, trust is formed. Trust is the concrete of any relationship between anyone. By trusting someone, you are opening up yourself to them, and there needs to be trust present to do that. By involving yourself in another culture, that trust needs to be there, because you're showing someone something that has formed the basis of basically your entire life. Oh, yeah, sorry. Oh, it's kind of like a friendship or community group. Wonder how I have friends. You become friends with one person, but before you know it, you're invited into that friendship or community group, and you become part of it. If there is understanding and trust between cultures, that is how harmony is created. The understanding and acceptance of others. There is no better place where there is understanding, and I think that is lacking in the world. Many people jump to conclusions of other faiths and cultures without really understanding, and just automatically assume. More understanding is needed. And how do you get more understanding? Integration. I think it all comes around in the circle of life. How do you integrate, you say? It just doesn't happen like that. It's a mutual thing between both or the many parties that there are. But you, as part of your culture, can make the first step towards integration. Start small talk with your neighbour. Show them you can be trusted. Get involved in your community. There are so many things happening around Toowoomba, it's actually pretty crazy. Carnival flowers, Toowoomba languages and cultural festivals, social clubs, many various sports clubs and university clubs, and of course Pure Land Learning College events as well, such as this Peace Forum or the Friendship Dinners every Saturday night. So there are plenty of things to do in this town, so just get out and be involved, help out, be understanding as possibly as you can. Everyone is different. Even get involved in politics. I was going to use that joke when John McVeigh was here saying, I'm sorry about you on the wrong side, but he's gone. My only one joke. Damn. Yes, I laugh, thank God. To finish up, a great example of what I'm talking about happened the other day. As some of you were aware, there was a youth forum the other day held by Pure Land. It was a great day and had many young people from high school to a few university students and other young people there. At the beginning of the day, it was a bit quiet and everyone was sort of unsure what to think, me included, even though I was kind of the MC. But after a few icebreakers and games to get to know each other, we started to talk more. We then had some focus groups concentrating on various issues that we, as a youth, felt were important to us. It was great to see all of us come together and put aside the differences and work as a team to try and come up with the ideas to solve these issues. We almost became part of a mini community forming there, integrating one another and having enough trust with each other to share so many things that were difficult in each other's lives previously for the benefit of the overall. It was really amazing to see. This was all in a day's work or less. If we can do the same, if we can do that with us, 20 or 30 students, youth, imagine if that same principle was applied to a larger group and work together in a massive community instead of fighting together. We'd almost achieve world peace probably. So I agree that integration does promote greater social trust, not just in Toowoomba or in Australia, but in the world in most instances. If integration was an important part for us youngsters the other day, for a one-day forum, it's very important for much larger communities and societies to get along, so things can get accomplished. Quote to finish off by Edith Schaeffer: "The tightest little segregated life, always spent with people your own age, economic group, educational background, and culture, tends to bring an ingrown, static sort of condition. Fresh ideas, reality of communication, and shared experiences will spark to light up the fires of creativity. especially if the people spend time together are a true cross-section of ages, nationalities, kindred and tongues. So not only is integration good for community and peace, but for individuals and yourself. You can learn an amazing amount by just talking to someone next to you who's from a different culture, race or customs. It's amazing what you can learn. Thank you very much. And very quickly, this I forgot to mention this outfit. It's not just because I love wearing it too, but I imagine I wasn't back in the 50s. Not thank goodness, but I'm not old. Digging myself in a hole, shut up, Alex. I imagine my grandparents would have wore something like this when they immigrated over, the hat and the thing. And I had a vest in the car, but I didn't bring it. Sorry. But I hope it matches. But thank you very much for listening.